In this video, we're going to look at LED lighting, in particular, how to put it for outdoor Christmas lights that could be left up permanently. In researching this, I was looking for some, number one, that would be waterproof. Number two, durable and hold up. Wouldn't be made out of plastic that might break down in the hot Florida sun. And that could be fastened up easily. And of course, relatively cheap. So these are the ones I came up with, and they'll be in the notes afterwards, any link to them. And I had them up now going on a year, and they work great for various holidays. First off, it has a controller. And you come in and say you have flash mode, strobe, fade, and smooth. Pick any colors basically you want, and it works very well. And this is what they look like. I want to tell you, there's basically two styles, black and white. Black, I should say, just white lights. I shouldn't say black and white. White lights that basically only need two wires to go through them because they're either on or off and the controller decides if they flash. Or there's color, or what we call RGB lights. These require, flip this over, a lot more wires. So you definitely want to be protected, and it's definitely relatively rare to find some good quality ones. I mean, some ones that will really last. But I think the technology is absolutely here finally, and it's coming out. So years ago, I have a lot of experience putting up rope lighting. When they say rope lighting, it was like lights just embedded in a big round piece of silicone, like a clear rope. And they lasted a long time because they were so durable. This is technically called rope lighting, although you can see it's flat and it's easier to mount. It's also clear, and so it blends in better. And we'll show you that actually on the house here in a few moments. This has an IP rating of 6.7. The first number goes from like 0 to 6, and it means it can withstand rust, dust, dirt, impact, stuff like that. So this has a 6. The second rating is about as good as I can find. Well, it is as good as I can find anywhere. Is a 7. And what the 7 means is it could withstand water to a depth of 1 meter, just over 3 feet, for 30 minutes. So this is great. So I went and got them. It comes with clips, square clips that go over, and you tack them up and put them around the house. Then, or around where you want them. Then, this is the power supply to them. Any connection, so if you get a strand, I think they sell them in like 60 and 100 feet, 120 feet. They connect with this. It has an O-ring in it. It tightens up. And I've used these type of connectors on my LEDs before. This thing lasts years. I mean, it was nothing for me to get 15, 20 years out of those type of connectors. So I really like seeing those. I loved how durable this is. And the remote control, when you fire it at this is the receiver for it, that changes the lights. Now, over the years, these will be basically standard as they come out. In other words, many companies will make ones, and if the controller went bad, it's easy to get another controller. It doesn't have to be the exact type of model to screw in. Didn't work with this. Okay, let's get up close here and look. First is trying to decide how much you need. So since this was basically to decorate the front of the house, I went up the peak and down, and to continue it going, so I didn't have to cut. I tried to avoid cutting at all costs. I don't really want to try to modify this in the slightest way, but like in here, I come down, but up here, it goes back up the other side. Even if they were right next to each other, you'll be surprised to know it really doesn't stand out that you have more lights on one vertical section than the other. It really doesn't. So I put them up here. In my case, I put them under there. I had a little bit more leeway because it's a white house and you really don't see these things when you get out. Like you look across there and we come over. You don't even have to be quite as exact, because at night this comes down again, the lights come on, and they're actually what's defining where your house is, shape and look. And I go on up, and then for me, I came down, just looped at the bottom, up around the garage door, and to keep everything out of the weather, even besides to make it even safer, I drilled a hole through the wall and put sealing and sealed around it and ran it in the garage where it's plugged in and the sensor is. These are screws. Now you're probably saying, wow, how long did it take to put that up? I did it in under 2 hours with a ladder. You can't get up on a ladder to do it. I'm sure a local handyman or landscaper is someone who could use a little power screwdriver on their hip and the screws and the connectors. Comes with connectors and the screws. If you need more, you can buy the similar type of ones at the local hardware to do. Okay. This is our family room where we lowered crown molding about 7 inches from the ceiling there if you look carefully, and we put LED lights just inside that crown mount molding, and they provide indirect color lighting that could be changed to, oh god, I don't know how many colors. They go down just at the push of a control. That's one way to use the lights. It's great for holidays. This is the room we'll decorate for Christmas, and the television and such, and it works out great.